This training is an overview of the Citizen Connect application within Public Safety Analytics. Click the Next button to continue in this training. In this tutorial, we will cover what Citizen Connect is and navigation. Citizen Connect empowers citizens to access information they want to see, like the area around their house. Citizen Connect runs on the same platform as Law Enforcement Explorer and will look identical to the citizen as to what an officer sees in their interface. However, certain incident types and case types can be filtered from the citizen view. How quickly a citizen can see information populated for review is up to the agency in this configuration of this application. For example, a 1-day delay. Click Next to continue. Citizens can navigate the map displayed for the agency in various ways. Full-size display displays map across the full screen of a monitor. Zoom in, zoom out. 3D dimension. Left-click and hold down on the icon to tilt and rotate the map. Geolocation. Left-click to display a dot, noting the citizen's current location on the map. Roll your cursor over the 3D dimension and geolocation icons to view an example. When ready, click Next to continue in this training. The Map Options area allows citizens to select overlays, outlines, and plot places on the map. The Overlay dropdown allows for selecting individual overlays configured by the agency to superimpose on the map. Citizens can then select on the mini-map individual parts of the overlay to zoom the map into that selected map area. The Show Outlines dropdown allows for superimposing additional overlays configured over the selected overlay. The Places filter allows citizens to plot individual places configured by the agency onto the map, for example, parks and government buildings. Roll your cursor over the mini-map, overlay, show outlines, and places filter for examples of these being used. When ready, click Next to continue in this training. Pins refer to specific crime data points that have been made available within Citizen Connect for review. Citizens can select a custom time period for which to review pins. Time periods can be as short or as long as needed, depending on how far back your data goes. Selecting the Date Range dropdown provides suggested time periods such as the past week, past 3 months, etc. The pins available to citizens to review are determined by the agency and configuration of this application. Roll your cursor over the Date Range dropdown for an example of all date options. When ready, click Next to continue in this training. Citizens can click Select All under Pins to see all available crime data points to review with the specific date range and overlay chosen. Unverified addresses will not place a pin but are viewable. Alternatively, citizens can select a pin type and then select individual categories of recorded crime to plot pins on the map. Citizens can select as few or as many of these data points to show at any one time on the map. Roll your cursor over the Select All option and the case's pin type to see an example of each. When ready, click Next to continue in this training. When pins are plotted on the map, individual pins will display with the icon associated with the pin category. To remove all pins associated with a category, select the X next to the pin type at the top of the map. Pins with a number instead of an icon indicate a cluster of pins to this location. Clicking on this number pin will display a spoke shape with individual pins to select. Roll your cursor over the indicated pin on the map to reveal a cluster of pins. When ready, click Next to continue in this training. Citizens can click on a pin to review information. The amount of information displayed when selecting a pin is determined by the agency and configuration of this application. Agencies can configure pins to only display generalized information, such as the date and time of the data point, a reference number, and a street or block number for the location. However, specific addresses may not be viewed. Roll your cursor over the map to see an example of a pin displaying information when selected. When ready, click Next to continue in this training. When a pin is selected, the information is also displayed in the Pins tab on the right. This tab displays similar information, including other pins in the area with the same pin type. Other pins can be chosen from this tab list to review. Additional options in the Pins tab include Center on Map and Around Here. Center on Map recenters the map to have the pin selected be in the center of the map. Around Here will create a geographic shape around the pin and include any additional data points within this area of the same pin type, and a radius option appears which can be adjusted. Roll your cursor over Around Here for an example. When ready, click Next to continue in this training. Within the Pins tab is a Trends area. Trends will appear for each selected pin type plotted on the map. Hovering over the Trends map for a pin type will display numerical data regarding the pin type over the period of time selected. The period of time can be changed. Selecting the Compare checkbox will display numerical data between the current time period and a similar time period in the past. For example, trends over the past 3 months with the Compare checkbox selected will display how many pins are plotted on the map compared to the previous 3 months of the pin type. Roll your cursor over the Instant Trends, Period of Time dropdown, and Compare checkbox for examples. When ready, click Next to continue in this training. The Overview tab displays information provided by the agency during configuration of the application. This can be information about the agency, explanations about Citizen Connect and how to use the application, links to outside websites, phone numbers, and other information. There are multiple icons in the same area as the Overview tab. Update Map icon allows citizens to update the map with any new pins during the time of viewing data. Print icon allows citizens to print a PDF table of all pin information displayed on the map. Download icon allows citizens to download an Excel document of all pin information displayed on the map. Roll your cursor over the print and download icons to see an example. When ready, click Next to continue in this training. A search bar is located at the top of the map. First, select from the dropdown the type of information being searched. This could be pins, regions, or places, like a specific address or school. Next, type in search terms. When typing, the application populates search results to select from a dropdown. The search populates results that match or partially match the search terms. Selecting a dropdown result will recenter the map to the location of that pin, place, or region. Roll your cursor over the search bar to see an example. When ready, click Next to continue. The Draw button allows citizens to create their own geographic shape to zoom into on the map. All pins and places that are selected and contained within this drawn shape will appear on the map. This same information will appear in the Pins tab. Any pins or places located outside of the drawn shape will not appear on the map or in the Pins tab. Selecting the Reset button on the map will remove this drawn shape for results. Roll your cursor over the Draw button to see an example of a drawn triangle shape. When ready, click Next to continue in this training. The Create Alert button allows citizens to receive email updates on data points displayed in the application for a specific area currently being viewed on the map. This requires the citizen to create an account. There is no involvement from the agency or Tyler. After clicking Create Alert, citizens can create a unique name for the alert and select whether to receive email updates on a daily, weekly, or monthly schedule. Roll your cursor over Create Alert for an example. When an alert is created, the settings for the alert are accessible from the search bar menu. Citizens can access one alert or all alerts at the same time. Note: the Update Alert button only allows updating to the alert being viewed at the time chosen. Roll your cursor over the search bar for an example. When ready, click Next to continue in this training. When an alert is selected from the drop-down or the Update Alert button is clicked, additional settings appear. Delete All. This button deletes all alerts created by the citizen. Unsubscribe from all. This button will stop all email notifications from occurring for all alerts. Rename. Allows the citizen to rename the alert. Delete. Allows the citizen to delete the alert. View on map. Will return the citizen to the map centered around the alert location.